What is going on, everybody? It's Jay Ball here with Blue Jays Outdoors, and I'm actually outside today in the Nitro because, yes, it's that time. I've got to put some new batteries in the boat. So the interstate batteries that are in here are about 3 years old now, and the main cold cranking battery is not holding that good of a charge. So got some batteries on order, but what I need to do is I need to take these 4 batteries out. I've got a 36 volt system, so I've got 3 600 cold cranking batteries for the trolling motor up front, and then for my electronics and my starter motor, I've got an 800, I think it's like an 845 cold cranking amp. So what I want to show you guys with this video is I'm not a wiring expert. I mean, I bought this boat all wired up. You can see that it's already done for me, but I want to show you some tips and tricks as to how to keep all the wiring organized when you're doing this kind of stuff. So safety first, make sure that you unplug the charger. That's the first thing I've got to do. I've got a pair of gloves, I've got a 9/16 socket, and I've got tape because I'm going to tape the connectors up. So yeah, I've never done this before. This is the first time I'm doing this, so we're going to learn together. So yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, so let me just give you guys a quick breakdown. So this is my 800 cold cranking amp deep cycle battery. This battery runs my 2 HDS carbon 12s, and it's also the starter motor or the starter battery for the motor. And then I've got 3 of these 675 cold cranking amps. These are the SRM 29s. I understand that these aren't being produced anymore, so now I'm going with the SRM 31s, which do fit in the battery box. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna label these. I'm gonna take these off and I'm gonna label them with some tape. So I'm gonna label this one deep cycle ground and deep cycle positive. So it'll be like DSG and DSP, and I'll tape all that together so I know that those 2 cables go to the deep cycle battery. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to call these trolling motor. So I'll do trolling battery 1, trolling battery 2, trolling battery 3. So I'll do TB positive or TB1 positive, TB ground 1, something like that. So let me get all this out of here and I'll show you guys what this looks like without the batteries in here and then with everything labeled. So let's get to it. All right, so I got the deep cycle cold cranking battery out. So what I did, it might be kind of hard to read, but I did deep cycle negative and deep cycle positive. So that way I know that these 2 positive and negative wires go to my deep cycle battery that's for the electronics and the main battery for the motor. So I'm gonna do the same with the trolling motor battery. So again, I'm gonna do trolling battery 1, so I could do T1 negative, T1 positive, T2 negative, T2 positive. And what I'm also gonna do is I'm gonna take a picture of what this looks like, just so that I know how everything is supposed to look. So I'm gonna take a picture and get these batteries out and we will go get the new ones. Well there, I've got the 3 trolling motor batteries out, and this is what it looks like now. So I've got a before and after picture. I know it's not very pretty, but as you can see, I've labeled this. This says trolling motor T3 negative, and then I've got my T3 positive back here. So now I can go get the new batteries and I can make sure that they all get plugged in the exact way that they should be, because again, I'm not a wiring genius. I bought this boat already set up this way. I want to make sure that everything works. So I guess the main thing to take from this video is it's probably nothing new that you guys have seen, but taking this little bit of extra time to label the connections is going to make it a heck of a lot easier when you put the new batteries in. So let's go get the new batteries and get this baby recharged up. Old batteries. Most of you know that I'm all about supporting local business, you know, supporting those small businesses. I myself am a small business owner, so I'm actually going to the bait shop in Waterford, Michigan, and I was referred to them by John Sullivan, the owner of Lure Lipstick. Works with these guys a lot, so great customer experience so far. Never worked with these guys, never been to their shop before, or their bait shop.
In half a mile, turn right.
Siri's telling me where to go, or Waze is telling me where to go. But yeah, called them up and said, hey, I need to get some new interstate batteries, and it just so happens the interstate guy showed up tomorrow, so I've got to drop the batteries off today so they can get the core charge and not get charged for the core charge. So I'll have to go back tomorrow and pick them up. But you know, they helped me get the right size batteries. Those SRM 29s are not making those anymore, so I'm actually going to the 31s, and they helped me get the measurements to make sure that they it all fits. So far, great customer experience. So I'm gonna drop these batteries.
Turn right on West Oakwood Road.
We're gonna get the new batteries tomorrow, and we'll get them installed. Probably not tomorrow because tomorrow's date night, but Thursday for sure. And then we should be all charged up, ready for this weekend. So yeah, that's about it for now. There's the new batteries. Now I just got to get them back home and get them put in the Nitro. So super jacked. Okay, we're finally back out on the Nitro. I've got all the batteries up on the boat finally. I've got one in there already. I'm going to put these back in. I'm gonna do a time lapse of me putting everything back together. And again, luckily, because I was able to label all of the connections, I know exactly what cable goes to what battery. So let me put the phone or the camera down pointing into the battery box here, and let's get these things wired up. Okie dokie. Well, as you can see, I've got all the batteries wired back up, and I can tell you it was way easier having all these cables labeled like I did, so I know exactly which cable went to which battery and where it went. So I know it was really hard to tell at the end of that time-lapse video, but what I did is I made sure that I had clearance with all the wires so that they cleared these caps here, because about every 6 months, from what I've been told, you just want to pop these off and check the water to make sure that the water level is still good. If you need to add some distilled water, go ahead. So what I'm going to do is actually keep a bottle of distilled water in the boat just in case. So again, it's just a preventative maintenance thing, kind of a tip and trick for you. So I got all the batteries positioned in here, got everything locked in, and then I went through and made sure that all the wires clear so that I have somewhat easy access to the caps here. Because again, if I'm on the water and I don't happen to have tools with me, which I always do, and I need to put water in it, I want to be able to pop these off and put water in them. So yeah, there's another tip and trick for you. I get it. It's probably a boring video. You guys have probably all put batteries in your vehicles and your boats before, but I guess what I want you guys to take from this is the tips and tricks as far as labeling the cables where they go. I mean, that's the really most important thing. Like I said, took about 10-15 minutes to put these batteries back in and get everything adjusted. So hopefully you guys learned something new, where you can take some of these tips and tricks and apply them in your own boats and your own applications. So yeah, I'm gonna plug this thing in, let her charge up, and then we're gonna hit the water this weekend. I need to do some work on my front graph, on my front roller ran, so I got to get that readjusted. But yeah, other than that, I really appreciate you guys watching this video. Again, my name's Jay Ball, Blue Jays Outdoors. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification button as well, so when I post these videos, you guys can take a look at them. So again, hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks.